What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? I asked you a question. All right, guys, I do have a Monday editorial for you this morning. You notice I'm dressed down because I've got stuff to do this morning. I got to take wifey to some appointments, so it's gonna be a busy day still. Just I won't be doing this. I'll be doing that. So I am dressed down this morning, but I still have a Monday editorial for you, along with a head cold, congestion, messed up throat. But we're gonna get through this, you and I. It's raining outside, but. I have a Monday editorial for you. Before I even get to that, I put a video on my message board, which you will see if you get subscriptions, or if you see the subscriptions, you might see that. If not, I put it linked to the same video in the description box below. Apparently, there's a guy in Hemet. He considers himself to be a journalist and a newsman because he has a YouTube channel. He does news. He has a Facebook page too. But he's not on television. I don't think he has an actual newspaper. I don't know, maybe there's a website too, I think. But so he considers himself a news guy. Apparently I'm not a news guy. I'm a cop watcher. Or he said I'm a self-proclaimed cop watcher. I'm going to get to that in a second. But this guy apparently doesn't like us because he doesn't like First Amendment auditors or cop watchers that don't treat the police with the utmost respect. You know, if you treat the police in any other manner, then I love you, babe. You know, you're a bully and you're a prick and you're anti-cop. I am not anti-Hemet PD. I'm not anti-police department, anti-law enforcement. I just don't like bullies, and I don't like people that are unprofessional and you know, when they're working for a law enforcement agency, which is a public entity, they act less than professional on the street, or they represent their city, county, state, whatever, in a less than professional manner. I don't like that because I'm a customer service person by occupation, and I expect and demand almost perfect customer service from public officials and police officers, law enforcement. So I'm a hard critic. I'm sorry, I am a hard critic. I don't know. I expected you to be professional. But this guy doesn't like that. So he made a video about me. It was a 51-minute video. And he ran me down, called me unprofessional, called me a clown, making fun of me with his phone. You know, he was trying to make fun of me. He made some threats against me, talking about I hope he's on, if he's out there, I hope I go on scene. I'm going to give it to him. Well, bring it, don't sing it. But just remember, if you assault me or put hands on me, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Okay, that's not a threat. I'm just telling you as a warning. You threaten me, don't put your hands on me. You can say whatever you want. You can call me an asshole and a bully. I'll just stand there with my camera going, look at this, guys. Look at this one. But if you put hands on me, as they say, all bets are off. So don't, you know, we can go back and forth verbally, but the way you were threatening me, don't put hands on me. I don't care if you suck the cops' dicks or not. If you put hands on me, you're going down. I'm not gonna stand there and get walloped just because you lick asses of the cops. That said, moving on, I don't want to get embroiled in the drama. But this guy made a video, he cut it down to 31 minutes, and he changed the video that he was making fun of me in to another video that probably, I guess he thinks, discredits me more. It's not one of my better police interactions, I will give him that. But, you know, it's in the description box below, and it's entitled, Cop Watching the Cop Watchers, Who Bullies the Cops, Stay Out of My Town. Whoa. Stay out of my town. Stay out of my town or you be sleeping with the fishes. Luca Brazzi. What the fuck? So he tells me, stay out of my town, boy. It's like a bad B indie movie. Independent film or something. But this guy calls himself a cop watcher. Look, cop watchers aren't ones who watch the cops and go, "You're doing so good." No, when you see a cop violating somebody's rights, you call them out on it. When you see a cop acting less than professional, you treat them in a manner that lets them know you're not acting professional right now. Just let you know. Now, I'm not anti-Hemet PD. There are police officers in the Hemet PD that I really like, and I wave at them all the time. I'll say, "How you doing, sir? You're very professional. Thank you." You know, I've done that, and I'll continue to do that to those same police officers. But if you act like a knucklehead and say, "Are you bored?" you're gonna get a smart ass. That's not the way you treat somebody with a camera. You say, "How you doing?" and you move on and you do your job, officer. That's how you do it. So that's what a cop watcher does. A cop watcher doesn't go, "Yeah, I'm bored. Go out and get some criminals, dude. I need to film you guys knocking heads." That's kind of what he said in the video that he changed it up, so you won't be able to hear that, I don't think. I think because he was either too long or he didn't have the right videos of mine to make fun of me, or he did make some really, really borderline threats. I think maybe he thought, maybe I should change this. Moving on, we're going to Hugo, Oklahoma. Let's go to the editorial, but again, that's the backstory on that video that I put down below. If you watch that and go, "What the hell is this about?" That's what it's about. It's about moi. It's this guy at Hemet. That's what it's about. We're going to Hugo, Oklahoma. This bus only moves forward, but if you're in the Hemet area and you want to do a mass cop watch, or around May 10th or 17th or something, let me know. May 3rd, I can't. We're having a festival here in town on the night of May 3rd, and I'm going with wife to the music festival. So let me know if you want to. This guy, I'm telling you what, don't mess with the police in Hemet, or this guy is going to hem you up, he said. He did. He threatened cop watchers and First Amendment auditors. He really threatened me, but guess what? I represent all of you in the community, as much as you represent me, you see. So moving on. We're going to Hugo, Oklahoma, talking about the cops, talking about the police acting less than professional, talking about the police acting like bullies and idiots. I'm not the bully, see. You know, he was talking about, the guy in Hemet was talking about, and this is part of my story here too, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. Well, your taillight out, or just because you didn't have the money to register your car in time, or what have you, headlight out, doesn't warrant your car being searched for drugs and contraband. Well, I know they're allowed to do that. I know it's legal. I know all of that. But it's called profiling. Don't tell me that statistically the same amount of expensive cars with well-dressed individuals get searched as the same amount as low income cars that are old and beat up and faded paint, and they're not dressed as nice, maybe that baggy clothes and a sweatshirt or a torn t-shirt. More of those types of vehicles and drivers get searched than your very expensive car with a well-dressed man inside. They're not going to pull a guy out in an Armani suit and a nice BMW to search his car because his registration's bad and then tow the car. They're going to tell him, "Get it fixed. You got 30 days. We'll give you another 30 days. Just you need to get this car registered or it's going to be impounded." That's what they'll do. But you've got this low-income car, a beater with one headlight out, and the guy's got a torn t-shirt and tattoos. That car's getting towed in most cases. I won't say all cases because I've seen police officers who give warnings, but in most cases, that car's getting towed. But this guy says we should just let the cops do their job, man. They do the crime, they do the time. Well, they just lost their car now because they don't have the money to register it. They didn't have the money for a new headlight, or maybe they didn't know the headlight was out. I've had headlights blown and you don't realize it. But now they have to pay impound fees from the city and tow fees at the tow company. Their car's gone. Now they're walking or taking the bus. All because the cop couldn't say, "Look, 30 days, get this thing registered." So yes, the police do things that show they don't possess the ability or the capability to use discretion. There are law enforcement officers out there that lack discretion. I'll say it again. There are law enforcement officers out there that lack discretion. We're going to Hugo, Oklahoma, guys. We're talking about discretion here. And we're talking about, are the police right or are the criminals right, or are the police wrong? William Devon Smith, 21, was located in Hugo near the Texas-Oklahoma border, where police attempted to take the man into custody, according to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Smith is suspected of robbing a Pizza Hut in Hugo on April 11th. While attempting to make contact with Smith, police officers opened fire and shot him, as well as 3 children, the OSBI said in a statement. Smith and 4 children were in a vehicle when the detectives from Hugo Police Department opened fire. Brooke Arbeitman, a spokeswoman for the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, told the Associated Press. 3 of the 4 children were shot, police said. They were rushed to the hospital where their injuries were described as non-life threatening. I'm going to get back to that in a second. The injured children are ages 1, 4, and 5. Now somebody would say, well, the guy's an asshole for having them in the car, and he's a robbery suspect, and he's running from police. Okay, does that make it right that the police shot into the vehicle with the kids in the car? Or maybe they didn't know. You had 3 kids and a driver. If they saw the driver, you can't convince me they didn't see at least one of the children. Smith, who was also struck by gunfire, was taken to the hospital, treated, and released into the custody of the Paris, Texas Police Department. Paris is located just across the border from Hugo. At this time, the suspect is being held on charges related to robbery from earlier this month. That's the April 11th. It is unclear if additional charges will be filed. They will, just to cover the cops shooting the kids. In the robbery, Smith allegedly entered the pizza shop's back door and pressed an object against an employee's back before making off with an unknown amount of money, police said. The suspect's wife was also in the car. You can't tell me they didn't see her, but uninjured, police said. It is unclear if those injured were the suspect's children. So there's another article. It didn't really have a whole lot of information, so I went with the ABC News story. There's another one called The Root. My nose, sorry. I told you I got congestion like a mofo. There's another story called, it's on The Root, I guess, which is what, a newspaper or something in Hugo area. But they interviewed the mom in that story. I'm sorry I don't have the link to it. I'm out of time. I got to go. But in that story, they talked to the mom, and she was really, really pissed off. Of course she was. Hell yeah, she was. She's the mom. But she said one of her children now has a bullet next to the brain. Has a bullet in the brain. Because the cops were trying to shoot this guy who's a robbery suspect with the kids in the car. We're talking discretion. Police discretion. You don't shoot into a car. How many times have we seen stories where an innocent person was killed by police gunfire? Lady at a supermarket, she died. Wasn't there one where a kidnapping and the hostage and they shot her in the car? So this is, but they want gun control. The Dems want gun control. They want just law enforcement to have guns. Why? So the rest of us can be defenseless? Now, I'm not giving this guy a pass, by the way, this truck driver, the driver of that vehicle. I'm not giving him a pass. He is a dirtbag. He is a dirtbag because he's a robbery suspect, and you guys have seen the pictures I put in this editorial already. And he did something with his kids in the car to warrant the police, maybe, I don't know, maybe they didn't have cause to shoot into the vehicle. But the guy's a fucking dirtbag. I'm sorry, he's not getting a pass. But neither are those cops. They shot 3 children trying to shoot this guy in his car with the woman and the kids in the car. Ridiculous. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. And don't forget, hey, if you want to go cop watching, guys, meet me down there. Just let me know when. We're gonna let this guy know that we're not going away. We're not going away because you want to make videos about us and call it and threaten us and say, yeah, come on to him it, buddy. Come and film the police when I'm there. I'll film anytime there. You're not going to take away my First Amendment right to free press and the right to free speech because you have a problem, because your feelings are hurt. Monday, I'm sorry, it's a little lengthy, but I got to go. Talk to you later. It's Monday.